What's up, dudes and dudes to the internet? My name's Seth, and we are back again for another Trove tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about the dragons. While I do already have videos on this, I wanted to actually make a more concise one just to kind of introduce console players to the concept of how dragon challenges actually end up working. So even though we're on the PC version right now, all of this stuff is going to end up applying. You can see in the top right, there's actually a dragon challenge going on right now that actually has 40 seconds. These are going to end up showing up every real life hour. So if it's 5 o'clock for you, there's a dragon challenge, and that challenge, regardless of if you're logged in, is going to end up lasting for 20 minutes, and then there's going to be another challenge at the next hour, 6 o'clock, right? And you're going to see this badge right here. It says number 1. There's going to be 3 different badges that you're slowly kind of getting throughout the challenge. As you complete dungeons, you're going to get points, and you're going to get points based on the Uber difficulty up to U6, and based on the bonus classes that you have. There's also going to end up being a daily bonus that you can go for. It's gone away. And then just the normal rewards. So you're going to be able to get a dragon coin and a couple of the lesser dragon caches, and those are going to end up dropping dragon coins for you as well. So from the hub, you come all the way over here into the corner where the big old dragon is, and then you're going to find the dragon crucible. And then this is where you actually craft all of the dragons with the dragon coins. Now, these dragons were kind of the old system where they actually have multiple forms. There's a bunch of different dragon style weapons and stuff like that. It's really, really cool, and most of all, it's really good, really good for mastery. Generally speaking, you're gonna need 300 coins. Like, it's pretty balanced out where you're gonna need 300 coins to actually complete any of these dragons. The Azulian takes 10 because you only need 40 souls, as opposed to these guys where you need like 100, right? And then the devs ended up getting a little bit lazy, honestly, but it's a better system anyway, so who cares? Where suddenly you need a dragon egg to craft it rather than just crafting all the way up. Now, if you are crafting these dragons that do actually require dragon souls, I just want to say you can actually go to your badges and to the dragon badges, and this is where you can see your progress towards any of the dragons. So the Azulian, I have 40 out of 40, so I have all the different rewards, right? And that's where with these dragons, you know, you get a dragonling ally, you get a fledgling that you can ride, you get a dragon that can fly, and then you end up getting the bonus from the dragon itself. So this is where also, as far as Magic Find is concerned, and just passive stats in general, you're going to end up getting a lot stronger from completing all your dragons. But most of all, it's the Magic Find. That's pretty much the biggest reason that you end up going for all of the dragons in the end, is because the Magic Find, you need all the dragons in order to have max Magic Find, right? But anyways, once you go to these dragons, the eggs are going to be a little bit different and kind of varied, where these Lunar Dragon Eggs, you're going to actually just find that and these other 2 eggs right here in the cache shop for a bunch of qubits. We'll talk about the greater dragon caches in a minute here. And then there's going to be the Everdark Dragon. I don't know which dragons are actually in the console version right now, sorry to say, folks, but of course this is going to apply once these dragons do get into the console version. But this dragon is a very, very rare drop out of shadow caches that you get out of the Shadow Tower, and I mean very rare drop, like don't even try to farm it. The Pinata Dragon Egg is going to be very rare from any of the types of pinatas, which technically makes it a pay-to-win dragon, because while you can very rarely sometimes get pinatas out of the chaos chest, if it's in rotation, for the most part, you gotta buy pinatas in order to even get this egg, right? Then there's going to be the Lego Dragon, which you get these eggs out of just adventure boxes, and it's still a very rare chance of getting it, and unfortunately, they decided that it's going to take 5 of these suckers to actually craft the dragon, but generally speaking, he's actually one of the cheapest ones, and a really cool one because he's a Lego one, right? The Chocolate Dragon, although I don't think he's in the console version, he's going to be a dragon that you actually go out into the world, and you're going to rarely find him in candy biomes, and then you can kill him to get dragon fragments. Depending on the Uber world that you're in, you're going to end up getting more fragments, so on and so forth. I have a tutorial about this specific dragon if you want more detail. But then there's going to be this sucker right here. He's another farmable dragon that you have to farm in the deep sea, in the water worlds. Then there's going to be the Halloween dragon, which you can only craft. I think you craft the egg at the Halloween table. But generally speaking, whenever these dragons end up coming out, they always end up having like a pack for them that you can end up buying. So you kind of got to keep that in mind. And a lot of these are actually very, very difficult to get. Like this guy right here, you have to buy from the Pinata NPC that's in the middle of town. This one, most of all, it's just these other resources that cost a lot, but the Dormant Dragon Egg you end up getting from the Joyous crafting table, which is just up in this house. This is kind of where all the seasonal stuff is. Yeah, so you can see even at the shadowy station right here, there's the Draco Lantern Dragon Egg, and it's gonna cost pumpkins, which pumpkins you can only end up growing during the Halloween event, so you gotta keep that in mind. And then there's going to be the Primordial Dragons. These, for the most part, you're not gonna want to worry about. Of course, I have a video kind of showing off what these suckers do, because these are very special dragons that have very unique abilities and properties to them. Pretty much the biggest reason you want these guys is because they're going to give you a 10% increase in your power rank and your stats that you get from air gems, fire gems, and water gems in general. But then they also just have a bunch of fun gimmicks, like this guy, all of his fireballs end up shooting water out. This guy ends up flying faster, and anybody who's in his wind gust flies faster with him. This guy ends up shooting like a machine gun out of his fire breath and stuff like that. So you keep that in mind, and just, well, like I said, I have a video showing these dragons off in the description, so you can check that out. Now, if you're having a very, very tough time getting dragon coins and you're only a couple off, you can spend your cubits on 5 dragon coins a pop, which is okay. And then the greater dragon caches are going to give you lots and lots of dragon coins, like more than you'll ever need out of these bad boys, honestly speaking. And they also have a very rare chance of actually dropping a full dragon egg or a full dragon soul, which you then consume, and you're gonna get the full dragon. Now, the biggest thing about these cash shop items as well is, while any of the eggs and dragon souls that you get out of these puppies are going to be tradable, the ones that you craft, they are not. So you can only end up making money off of ones that you actually spend your money on, which, of course, these greater dragon caches in general can end up being sold in the market as well, but they're going to be very expensive. Again, I don't think it's on the console version, but this is a Dragonite pouch. I'm just going to talk about this now so that when the console version does get the update, I don't have to make another video about it. But Dragonite is going to end up being a very, very rare drop. Like, you can get these pouches very rarely while farming. I've never gotten a single one. And they're going to give you a couple Dragonite shards, diamond Dragonite shards, which you can then use to just craft yourself a diamond Dragon Egg, because the diamond Dragon Egg is an extremely rare drop out of empowered gem boxes. Some people get the egg right away. Other people, like myself, have opened over 450 boxes and not a single Dragon Egg. Like, seriously, it's insane. And then also you can go for the legendary Dragon Tome, which gives you 25 dragon coins per week if you actually bother grinding it up, right? But anyways, I'm pretty sure that's already it, everybody. I hope I covered everything. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below and somebody will answer. Thank you so much for watching. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content. Sign on, stay epic, everybody.